For Rush fans, 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting years in the band's remarkable history. While the legendary Canadian trio continue to captivate audiences on their hugely successful 50-something reunion tour, they've now unveiled another major surprise that has collectors and audiophiles around the world celebrating. Rush have officially announced the most ambitious reissue project of their career. 11 classic studio albums, originally released between the 1970s and the mid-1980s, will be reissued as premium audiophile editions through an exclusive long-term partnership with Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, better known as MoFi. This is far more than a simple re-release of classic records. The project is a carefully planned restoration program designed to present Rush's legendary catalogue in the finest sound quality ever produced, combining state-of-the-art mastering techniques with the warmth and authenticity of the original analog recordings. The campaign begins this summer with two fan favourites, Fly By Night, 1975, and A Farewell to Kings, 1977, both of which are already available to pre-order through Mobile Fidelity's official website. They will be followed later this autumn by Rush's iconic self-titled debut album from 1974. For the first time ever, every studio album from Rush's Mercury Records era will receive its own dedicated standalone audiophile release. Although Mobile Fidelity has reissued several Rush titles over the years, this marks the first occasion that the band's complete Mercury catalogue has been given such comprehensive treatment. Mobile Fidelity owner Jim Davis described the partnership as one of the company's greatest privileges. He explained that everyone involved fully appreciates how much these albums mean to generations of Rush fans. According to Davis, the team are approaching every album with the utmost care and respect. Their objective isn't simply to remaster classic recordings, but to create what they believe will become the definitive listening experience for some of the greatest rock albums ever made. Speaking during an earlier interview, Davis revealed that this collaboration was years in the making. Negotiations with Rush's management required patience and determination before the project finally became a reality. "We were very persistent," Davis admitted. That persistence ultimately paid off, paving the way for a multi-year release schedule that will gradually revisit every major studio album in chronological order. Following the first three releases, the remaining albums will continue exactly as Rush originally recorded them, allowing fans to experience the band's remarkable musical evolution from beginning to end. Davis also hinted that 2027 will be packed with Rush releases, promising that fans will have plenty to look forward to over the coming years. One of the key figures behind the project is Mobile Fidelity mastering engineer Rob Laverde, who explained that restoring these legendary recordings has been unlike any ordinary remastering job. He described the process as a forensic expedition. Rather than simply transferring existing recordings, the engineering team have carefully examined every available analog master tape, comparing multiple sources in order to identify the very best possible audio. Each tape has been meticulously analyzed before mastering begins, ensuring that only the purest and most authentic source material is used. Laverde explained that the ultimate goal is to preserve the original character of each album while revealing every subtle musical detail with exceptional clarity. As both an engineer and a lifelong Rush fan, he believes these classic albums are finally receiving the audiophile treatment they have deserved for decades. Another important contributor to the project is Andy Curran, a longtime Rush associate and representative of Anthem Records. Curran, who also performs alongside Alex Lifeson in Envy of None, personally delivered the original analog master tapes to Mobile Fidelity's mastering facility in California. That hands-on approach ensures the restoration process begins with the finest source material available. Inside the mastering studio, engineers are working with custom-built equipment designed by the legendary Timder Paravicini, whose analog technology is regarded as among the very best in the audio industry. The vinyl lacquers are cut entirely in-house, eliminating unnecessary transfers that could potentially introduce unwanted artifacts or degrade the sound. Mobile Fidelity says this meticulous process allows them to preserve the transparency, dynamics, and warmth of the original recordings while presenting Rush's music with extraordinary accuracy. Every note played by Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Neil Peart is intended to sound as natural, detailed, and lifelike as possible. The reissue program will cover Rush's entire first decade of recording, beginning with their 1974 debut and concluding with Power Windows, released in 1985. Every title will be available as a hybrid SACD for high-resolution digital playback. Meanwhile, vinyl collectors can look forward to premium editions, including Mobile Fidelity's acclaimed Ultra-Disc one-step pressings, while selected albums will also be released as deluxe double LP sets. Following the first 3 albums, the remaining titles, from Caress of Steel through to Power Windows, will be released throughout 2027 and 2028, completing what promises to become one of the most comprehensive archival projects in the band's history. Away from the reissues, Rush remain fully occupied with their hugely anticipated 50-something reunion tour. The tour opened with 4 completely sold-out performances at Los Angeles' Kia Forum, earning widespread praise from both fans and critics alike. This new live lineup also introduces acclaimed drummer Annika Nilles and keyboardist Lauren Gold, whose performances have added fresh energy to Rush's classic material. Although the tour suffered a brief setback after Geddy Lee developed laryngitis and bronchitis, forcing several Texas dates to be postponed, the interruption has done little to dampen fans' enthusiasm. Rush are scheduled to resume the tour on July 11th at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Taken together, it's clear that 2026 represents far more than just another chapter in Rush's extraordinary career. Between a triumphant reunion tour and one of the most ambitious audiophile reissue campaigns ever undertaken by a rock band, Rush are once again proving why their legacy continues to grow. For longtime devotees and newcomers alike, these definitive editions offer the perfect opportunity to rediscover one of progressive rock's greatest catalogues exactly as it was always meant to be heard,